Hello everyone, today I'm coming at you with a quick video showing you how you can set up your Django products to use your own static files. I'm making this video mainly because I know when I started my first Django projects I kind of had a hard time getting my static files set up correctly. It's actually pretty easy, so yeah, I'll just go ahead and show you how to do that. So you're going to come over to your settings folder for your main project and just come down to the bottom here. You see it says static files there. Put it above internal IPs, and you have to set two variables, so static files dirs, and this can be a list, you can have more than one, os.path.join, and then in all caps base dir, and then the name of the folder, so I'm just going to call it static, and then the second variable is static root equals join, and this is just going to be a different folder, so we're just going to call it static files. And that's all you have to do for settings. The difference is the static files dirs is making the static files for each specific app in your project. So like in this instance we have a project with one app called books, and static root is setting the static files directory, which is used to collect the static files from all your different apps into a single project folder. You don't really have to worry about that right now. It's used mainly in like deployments for a server just to make serving static files easier. But anyway, so once we have that done, we can go to our project here and just make a new directory and call it static. And in this, you can make your own subfolders. It doesn't matter what they are. So in this case, I'll just do a CSS folder. So we can style our spiffy page, and I'll make a new file, styles.css. And don't need to worry about that for now. And now, so that's for our root project, and now in your each app you're going to have to do the same thing. So I'm going to make a new directory again called static, but this time within this directory you have to make a directory with the same name of your app. So it's in the books app, so we're going to have a subdirectory called books, and now within books we can do our normal static files. So I can do a CSS directory, and I'll make another styles.css. Okay, and now just to use these, we only have to use a simple tag in our templates. So I'll start with the root project. So right here I have the home page loaded, which has nothing to do with our books app. And I'll go over to our home template, and you have to just do one line. So at the top, do %load static. So that's going to load your static files from your static directory that we set. And then just like normal CSS, use a link, but this time instead of putting out the full path, you can do %static and then in quotes the relative path. So it already looks in the static directory, and we're just going to type css/styles.css. So that's all you have to do for that. And then just to add something, just to show that it's working, I'll just do so that should be all we have to do, just to make sure I'll look. And there you go, you can see it turned red. And then the only caveat to that is when we are going to our app specific static folders. So I'll go to my templates, let's say just book detail. If I do the same thing, it was so this is in our book app in the book detail page. So if I go to a book, you can see the H1 tag is actually red. So what you have to do is, because we didn't specify blogs in this, it's going to default to our parent static folder, which is this one. Go to CSS and we see this styles.css. But instead, we'd have to go ensure that it looks through this static folder, so that's why we use the books subdirectory. So if we change this to books here, it'll then check this folder, which will find this CSS thing, and I can just show you that it's working by changing the colors, say blue. So if I refresh this, you can see it changes to blue because it's using the right one. And this doesn't only utilize just for the CSS. You can use it for your JavaScript, you can use it for your images. All of that will work the exact same. Obviously, you just have to, when you go to your template, you'll just have to change the relative thing. So it could be books/images/mypicture.jpg or whatever. In case you're wondering as well, in the settings, you can also use, right down here, there's a static files and there's a media files. Originally that confused me as well. Media files to me meant pictures and that sort of thing. That setup is used only for user uploaded images, so say a profile picture in a social media or something like that. But if you just have static images for your website, say on your home screen or icons or whatever, you'll put those in your static files. So yeah, that's basically all you have to do. Thanks for watching.